Hi everyone, this is Helen and welcome to Modern Pepper. So today we will be making beef bulgogi. That is your thinly sliced beef in this really delicious soy sauce mixture. But it's not just your ordinary bulgogi recipe that we're doing today. Today we will be making restaurant-styled bulgogi, which means food heaven for sure. Sizzling restaurant-style bulgogi. Ooh la la. So here is our star ingredient. I have sliced ribeye. If you don't happen to be lucky enough to live near a Korean supermarket, just use any cut of beef. Really, any cut is fine. The key is to slice it really thin. And if you're slicing it at home, and of course, most of us do not have meat slicers. I mean, that would be pure luxury. And one of my girlfriends, she actually has one. It's so crazy. She buys like big hunk of meat and like she brings it home and she's like slicing it and it's like and I'm like, wow, that is kind of really cool. But anywho, I can't afford it, literally. I don't have space in my kitchen and yeah, it's expensive. So anywho, so I'm gonna share a tip with you. When you slice your beef at home, freeze it for 30 minutes. So it's sort of semi-frozen, but not really. And it's kind of icy. And when it's a little bit icy, it's really easy to slice your meat super thin. So that's a tip, so remember that. If you go to a Korean supermarket and you go to the meat section, you'll find all these like pre-packaged sliced meat and it's gonna be written as bulgogi. In Korean, this is called 특등심 bulgogi, meaning like extra special ribeye. So when you go, you'll see there's different price ranges. They have ones that are a bit more economical and a bit more expensive, and that again depends on the grade of your beef selection. So before we go any further, I want to explain to you what bulgogi means. So bul means fire, gogi means meat, and this was named bulgogi because you're searing the meat on super high heat and it's like fire heat, and you're just sizzling it really easily because it's thinly sliced. So therefore that's how the name came about, bulgogi. Now, I'm going to teach you how to phonetically pronounce this, okay? So it's bulgogi, bulgogi. So some of my Korean American friends that have trouble enunciating in Korean will call bulgogi bulgogi, bulgogi. It's not funny, bulgogi. Okay, so the very first thing to do is soak your beef in cold water, cover fully to the top, and let it hang out like that for a good 5 to 10 minutes. So we're gonna take our strainer and pour this right in here. So it removed the excess blood from our meat, and that's what we want to do. So we're gonna still let this drain. As you can see, there's still a little bit of bloody water from our meat, and we're just gonna continue to let this drain for another 5-10 minutes. So don't squeeze the meat, let it drain naturally. Now we're gonna start making our marinade. I know, I hear you. Some of you are saying, well, Helen, didn't you already do a bulgogi video? Yes, I did. I did a very extensive bulgogi video that covers how to make beef bulgogi, chicken bulgogi, pork bulgogi, and mushroom bulgogi for my vegetarian friends. And that video covers in detail how to make both non-spicy bulgogi as well as spicy bulgogi. So for pork and chicken, making it spicy bulgogi is so good. So if you have not seen that, check it out because I cover in detail all different methods of cooking your bulgogi. So today's bulgogi marinade is exactly the same as the marinade that we made in my previous bulgogi video. But today we're going to cut that in half because we're only making 1 pound of beef bulgogi. We're going to add 1/4 cup of soy sauce, 1/8 cup of mirin, rice wine vinegar, half a tablespoon of honey, half a tablespoon of miso paste, half a tablespoon of olive oil, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon of sesame oil. And we don't want to overpower our marinade with too much sesame oil. The taste of sesame oil should be very, very subtle. And some freshly ground black pepper. About 10 turns on your pepper mill, less than 1/4 teaspoon. 2 to 3 cloves of garlic. Cut the root end off. Take your knife, place it flat and strike it down, and look at that. It just comes out so easily like that. Then finally mince your garlic. And we're gonna add it to our marinade. And just mix up your ingredients. So that's it, as simple as that. And with my handy disposable kitchen gloves on, we're gonna add our meat. A little bit at a time, making sure each slice is coated nicely in our marinade. Like so. Oh, it smells so good. And just gently squeeze with your hands. Like it smells salty and garlicky and oh, yum. And look at that, all of our marinade liquid is gone. It has completely absorbed into our meat. I wish you could smell this, it smells so good. So now what you want to do is take your meat and put it in a Ziploc bag or an airtight container and keep it in your refrigerator overnight. 12 hours is ideal. If you don't have 12 hours, I would let it sit on your kitchen counter for about good 30 minutes to an hour, and then you could cook it. Now I'm going to take off my disposable kitchen gloves. I love this, looking at my hands are so clean. Isn't that great? And I just toss this. So if you're interested, I will have the online link for this in the description box below. And this goes for all of my video recipes. I have a separate blog that lists all the information that you need to replicate all of my recipes at home. So you could just go to the blog, and I will have that blog link in the description box below. And especially for those of you who do not have access to Korean markets, I will have online links for Korean ingredients as well as kitchen gadgets that we're using today. So check it out when you are ready to make this. Now, press it down. I will roll it up, burp it, right? You gotta burp it. And then take another Ziploc bag and put it in here. Why do I double bag it? Because I want all the yummy flavors and the smells of our marinade to remain with the meat and not escape and like literally just spread out in my refrigerator. And now you could put this in your refrigerator, or if you want to make it a couple days later or a week later, put in your freezer. So I always make a lot of these. So this is like my go-to protein that I just take out anytime I need to make a quick meal. So today's beef bulgogi recipe, we're making it restaurant style. So, you know, if you have not been to a Korean restaurant, usually they serve it on this like sizzling platter, and it's really heavy, and it comes in this wooden tray. Yeah, it kind of looks like a fajita platter, and you could certainly use a fajita platter as well. You could go to any big Korean supermarkets and they'll have a huge selection of these like skillet pans. If not, like I said earlier, I'll have the online link for you to purchase this online. Anytime you make a purchase using the links I list in my recipe blog and also in the description box below, I get a very small commission. So I would greatly appreciate it if you would use those links. We also need beef bouillon powder. It's called dashida, and this is a very common flavor enhancer that many restaurants use. We're going to use 1 teaspoon of our bulgogi dashida to make it extra yummy. I mean, it just will take it to another level of yumminess. We need 1/2 of a medium onion. We're going to put this to the side for later. We also need 2 scallions. We're going to cut it in half and just use the green part only and thinly slice it. Here we go. We're going to put this on our plate. Make sure your frying pan is heated really well. Add a tablespoon of olive oil. Here's the bulgogi that we marinated. It's been about good 2 minutes, and we just want to turn it over. We want our bulgogi to have a little bit of brown mark like this. And turn everything over. Now kind of crowd them in together to the center. And then turn down your heat to medium. And we're just going to let it finish cooking for another 2 minutes or so. Okay, we're going to preheat our skillet We're gonna let that get really hot for like good 2 minutes on super high heat. Using your chopsticks, make sure to break up your gogi. So here's our beef tashita, and we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of water and just mix it up and pour it in here and just mix this up, and it's just melting into our gogi. And I don't like to waste anything, so I'm gonna take one meat and just clean out our tashita like that. Mix it all up. I turned down my heat to low now. This should taste uber good now that we added our beef tashita. Oh, yum. Oh, yum. Yum, yum, yum. We're gonna put this to the side. Okay, our skillet is piping hot. Turn on your exhaust. Lower the heat to medium. We're gonna add 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And then we're gonna add our sliced onions. Now you should hear that sizzling sound. If you don't hear that sizzling sound, that means your skillet wasn't hot enough. And I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of water, like that. Put a lid on it, come back in 60 seconds. Lift up our lid. So you should see grill marks like that on your onions. You could just mix it up a little bit. My heat is at super high now. You know, the taste of grilled onions is so yummy. It's sugary, it's just so yum. Okay, now we're gonna take our bulgogi and lay it on top. And some of its bulgogi marinade juices will get on the onions and make the onions taste even extra yummy. You hear that sizzling sound? Make sure to get all the marinade yummy juices from the pan. I'm gonna turn off my heat now. Ooh, look at that. I'm gonna garnish with some green onions, and it's ready. And look, our restaurant style bulgogi is ready. Sizzling restaurant style bulgogi. So good. Ah, food heaven. Okay, now it's time to taste. Ooh, look at that. First, let's just taste the gogi. I'm so happy. Food happiness. Oh, it's really hard for me to concentrate and tell you how delicious this is because I'm in food heaven right now. Okay, overall, bulgogi is not meant to be sweet. So right now, the sweetness from the bulgogi is so minimal because we added very little honey. Ooh. I mean, these grilled onions, like if you've never had this, you're missing out. So don't miss out, make it at home. It just has that caramelized taste and it's sweet, but it's not overcooked and it's still crunchy in my mouth. Oh, so good. So let's have it with a little bit of gogi and our perfectly grilled onions together. It's gonna be so good. And you know, the sweetness of the onions balances out sort of the salty taste of the bulgogi. So now we must have it with some rice and the gogi together. Cheers. If I could feed you, I would. You know I would feed you if I could, right? I mean, seriously, my followers, my modern peppers, I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart because, you know, there are times when you're like, oh, well, I don't know, is anyone out there really watching this? But I really, really appreciate all my fans, all my modern peppers for supporting me, going on this cooking journey with me, and tasting Korean food with me. So if I could, I would literally feed you. I would, like, say, but I can't, sorry. Okay, cheers. So good. Korean rice with bulgogi and onions. Oh, it's a really good trifecta. And for those of you who are wondering why is my rice kind of brown, because I put half Korean brown rice and half Korean white rice. So you can mix it up. Some rice, gogi, our onions, and a strip of kimchi like that together. Ooh la la. This is kind of big though, but I'm gonna try for you. but I'm gonna squish it down so I can fit it in my mouth. Ooh, yum. That's so good. So it's very different from like beef teriyaki and I love beef teriyaki too, but beef teriyaki is very sweet and the sauce is very heavy. Korean bulgogi, on the other hand, is not saucy. Like I showed you earlier, all the marinade gets like absorbed into the sliced beef that it's so good, so good. You have to try this. All right, now. I must show you how to make a Korean lettuce wrap called sam. When you have Korean barbecue, whether it's bulgogi or galbi, you must have it. Well, not you must, but it's very, very ideal to do a lettuce wrap. And so I have a separate video on how to make samjang, which is the lettuce wrap condiment. And I have pamuchim with cucumbers. I wish you could smell this, like the smell of vinegar and fresh cucumber and scallions just perfuming all together. It smells so refreshing and yet like tangy vinegary smell that you get from it. So this too is included in that video, so check it out if you're interested. So you could take any lettuce of your choice. I'm using red leaf lettuce. Cut off this bottom root end off. And this is optional. This is called 깻잎, perilla leaves. Take the stem part off. Now, if you don't want to use perilla leaves, you could use frisee, you could use radicchio. I mean, you could use any combination of your favorite green leaf vegetables. So when you make the Korean lettuce wrap, you want to make it so that it fits into your mouth. You're not supposed to take multiple bites of it. It's not a taco. And then we're gonna put a bite size of gogi and some samjang and some scallions and cucumber. You fold it over in half and then you fold it over from both sides and then you kind of roll it up, make it super tight so that it looks like this. And there's a Korean saying that when you make this for someone that you like, that you're actually wrapping up blessings for them in a blanket like this. I mean, it's just a saying. But anyway, cheers. So the filling itself wasn't a lot, but it was so much greens that like I had to like squish it and put it all in my mouth. It's like a salad party. It's like a salad with some protein and a little bit of rice. And then you could also not add the rice too if you're trying to like cut out your starch. That's good. Now, in addition to having it this way, I'm going to show you two other ways that I enjoy bulgogi. So good. That's yum. The taste of the avocado with the kim is so creamy and it just gives this really, really nice salty seaweed taste of the ocean. So here's our simple bibimbap, and I'm going to add just a tiny drizzle of sesame oil, 1 tablespoon of kimchi juice. Ooh la la, this is going to be so good. Ooh la la, look, it's all ready. So let's make a perfect spoonful. Here we go. So you're wondering, why did I add the kimchi juice to my bibimbap? Well, of course, it enhances the taste of your bibimbap, but it softens and adds moisture to your bibimbap so you can mix it well. And if you don't know what GoChuJang is, you're missing out. So get one. It's Korean red pepper paste. It's amazing. You could use it in so many different ways. So this is not your traditional bibimbap. Now, if you want to learn how to make your traditional bibimbap, I have a video for that too, so check it out. And all those links will be in the description box below. So I want to make a quick announcement that next week's video, we're going to be using bulgogi to make an open-faced sandwich. If you've never had hot bulgogi sandwich, watch it, subscribe, click on that notification bell because you must make that. Because if you're going to make this, you have to also make bulgogi sandwich. It's so good. I hope you enjoyed watching today's restaurant style bulgogi video, and if you did, I would greatly appreciate it if you would click on that thumbs up icon. And I hope to cook with you soon, and leave me a comment below. Let me know which one is your favorite way to enjoy bulgogi, and I look forward to seeing you soon. So until then, happy bulgogi time with your family and friends. Bye now.